G'day guys, Chewy here and welcome back to some more coverage of Warlords of Draenor, where we're going to jump straight into it, back into some arena action with the Balanced Druid. So I'm doing something a little bit different this time. I've actually, instead of commentated throughout the gameplay and where I've sort of like died off what skill level I do have, I've decided to play the game without commentating it, and I'm pretty much watching it again as I play the game to watch my hopeless and terrible moves rather than me missing them while talking. So here I guess we're lining up, and we chose to go with the Shaman for this run. And I think obviously we're deciding on which one we're going to be going for, and I think we ended up deciding to go on the DK. So let's see how we went with the balance build. So I'm coming in quite good for an opener. It's good that we got the stealth. Okay, so I've morphed, and this is obviously me jumping into my burst form and going for the triple star surge. I managed to get a reasonable amount of damage off on that DK. That was a really good move there, just to do that bit of an AoE disorientation. I think what would have been really good is after I dropped those star surges, I probably should have went for an application of the Cyclone on the mage. Because you can see a bit of damage there flying off on our Shami, but it was probably not very necessary. But it looks like it's going well, the tactic we did for this match, and we managed to nail that DK pretty easy, and our Shami barely took any damage there, so old Mama Shama was able to take that quite easily. And a Fire Mage, I must say, two things that I've really been noticing this week is Fire Mages and Survival Hunters are going off the chain at the moment. Seriously, that was a really awesome match. So that was a really good win. I can see how that burst worked that time. Obviously, I wasn't really getting focused at all, so there wasn't much interruptions. And next up, we have, oh my god, the Retribution Rogue combo. Oh, it's bringing back memories. I mean, you're always going to bump into a combo, and whenever you see a Pally, I don't know, it just feels dreadful in Arena. But as usual, we should always focus the Pally, guys. And the reason why you want to focus the Pally, even though he's a Retribution, he does have a great ability to off-heal with that flash of heal. I mean, it's just absolutely the tits, if I could put it into one word like that. It is pretty beastie. So if you can pump him down and force him to bubble, and really at that point, if you can force him down to that bubble, you really want to be applying that Cyclone on the Rogue. So I'm not really remembering this matchup, so let's commentate and watch it all over again and relive the memory. But I think I'm talking there about that whole action of, okay, so obviously the Rogue's using his ability to stealth, which is no problem, because, oh no, I remember this one now, okay. So for some reason, I thought the Elemental Shaman was up there on the ridge behind me, so there was a bit of a delay getting in there, so I almost actually killed my teammate in that process, but I swear he was still up in the tunnel, so I was like, is he coming? So I think we're experiencing a bit of lag here. But anyway, look, good opener again. You can see how I jumped in for the macro, which I've shown in a previous video, just to unleash that Star Surge. I think what I'm doing really well here is I did it again, is I went in as it was going on, even though I did come in late and didn't, well, I left Mama Shama there and alone for a bit. I managed to get in there with the Disorientate. I've used all my Star Surges, which I can see down on my cooldown bars. I really should have been focusing a little bit more on the Cyclone. You saw it just pop in there before on the Rogue, but I think I really need to work on that, and obviously I really do need to work on some bindings, especially on the ability where I can Cyclone off target, so I can stay focused on that Paladin and cast Cyclone, and knowing that I'm still focused on the Pally and it will get the other arena opponent. But all in all, this is pretty good. We managed to get the kill down on the Pally, which basically left it me and Mama Shama in the ring to take down the Rogue. Not bad. So I think at this point I just started healing the Shaman because I wanted him to get out of that, and I basically wanted to see some one-on-one action. So I guess I was just being a pain in the ass for the Rogue. So he did go for the runoff for the stealth, but is it going to survive him? Probably not. Usually at this point, though, I mean, it's not to say you can't not lose it, but with two characters that can heal like this, leaving us like this is probably not a good idea. But I think I'm starting to get a little bit better with the Druid. Okay, so he left in that match. But well played. I mean, there was a bit of a scary start there, guys, but I think all in all, not bad. Let's jump into another. Oh, God, the Restoration Shaman and the Assassination Rogue. Okay, so, oh, man. This is going to be a long one. Whenever you see a healer combo like this, I mean, you can either go two ways, right? You can apply maximum CCs to the healer, or disorientates, interrupts, what have you, to really focus DPS down on the Rogue to kill him. So then basically it's just a healer and 2 DPS, so you just smash him down and kill him. Or the other tactic is you just try to rush the Shaman, hoping he can't heal himself up, and applying that same tactic of, I guess, CCing and also interrupting the Rogue. A little bit more tricky with the Rogue is a few abilities there that could really aid him here. Obviously being the Assassination Rogue, He has stealth the Shaman. Again, you know, you're seeing that thing where you think the Chamois behind. I'm not sure if this is another one of those videos, that lag at the start. We ended up, so I got caught. Oh my god. So there is our Shaman just popping in at the back there. We're still sapped. At this sort of point when you get sapped at the start, I mean, you don't really have to... Oh, that was a sort of a bad play there. I don't know why I did that. I could see that, you know, that's not really good. Well, back to the match, you know, you can either... I mean, if you trinket early on, the bad thing is they're going to know you've used your trinket, right? And you've used it on the first initiation. So there's plenty of other ways that rogue can sap you to some retake. So in a match like this, you can see how I think we're supposed to go for the Shaman, but it looks like we started channeling the rogue. I did pop a Cyclone on the Shaman, which was quite good to see. And the Shaman's going for the, you know, obviously to use the obstruction so he can heal himself up. So obviously now our Mama Shaman's coming in there for the DPS back down onto the Shaman and to their Shaman. But you can see how he's healed up there, and we've sort of lost a little bit of momentum. Not too good. I managed to get an Arcane lock there. Not too pretty at all. But I guess, you know, look, you can see those dots and the way we just smash that Shaman there. If you can sort of keep that pressure up on him before he hides behind there and starts healing himself, I mean, it's quite a viable strategy. I probably should have really stuck to him. I'm sort of, I guess at the time when I was playing this match, I was like, so which one are we going for now? This is a really great application of our Star Surge ability here to push him down a little bit. But obviously, when you're versing any sort of heal combo, they're going to be doing a lot of this, running behind boxes, healing up, and really trying to evade you as much as possible. And really just to keep that team alive. So it's a pretty sturdy tactic. A good advantage here is you could attempt to move to the rogue for some bursts. But I think we're all about that Shaman, and obviously I'm not doing too well in here. I'm running around the box there. There's probably a good 5-6 seconds there. Wasn't really applying much damage, or at least the dots with the characters. So that's kind of left my ally out of hands and out of action, which is a tough game to do in these sort of matchups. You know, if you're in one of these matchups against a healer combo, don't expect a short fight. Unless, you know, they're not prepared and you manage to sneak through, and there we go, we just lost our Shaman. But, you know, it's pretty easy for them, and that's their main objective. Their main objective is to keep the heals up, apply as much damage as they can on you, and really suppress your ability in doing so. So I guess that starting tactic, guys, when you're going out there, I'm no pro, but you want to really get that groundwork down. And really, it's all about your applications of your CCs and how well you've gone. Obviously, in this video, I've stopped combating. There would be no point in me versing this combo. It would be a long and dreadful match for nothing. Obviously, if I wanted to kill time and I want to annoy them, I could sit around there and run around some boxes. It's been an absolute pain in the butt. That's right, you're not going to win them all, and that was a pretty good matchup. Let's jump into some more. Alright, for our next up, oh my god, that's right, the Beastmaster Hunter. That's right, guys. They're not always survival hunters, although there is a high trend of them at the moment, I tell you. It's almost like everyone that was a marksman hunter is now a survival hunter. Hey, I did that. Alright, so I think here we're just negating which way we're going to go, right? So obviously you probably want to go for the Druid, and I was asking him which one he wanted. I think I asked him for his call, and let's see what he's... I can't recall. Let's see what Mama Shaman wanted to go for. Okay, yeah, the Druid. So obviously the Druid, really important one to go after. He would be invis as well. With the Druid, he has an ability to heal, similar to like a Paladin, and also apply a heal over time spell. I was about to say dot spell. Heal over time spell for his ally. But he can be an absolute pain in the butt, Feral. He really can. So really, a good opener on him is quite well. I'm loving how the Shaman's set up there. It's almost like baiting him out, and I think I was just running around in circles, hoping to proc the stealth on our Feral Kitty there. Obviously the Survival Hunter, oh gee, I just said Survival Hunter, you see, bad habit. Obviously the Beastmaster Hunter also has the ability to stealth as well, so I think there I was just having a bit of a snoop at that ability that basically that elemental gives him. And so there's the flare over to the left, and I think I was just staying back here because I'm thinking, you know, they're probably going to be running just around the AoE of that Earthquake. So there we go, the Hunter didn't even actually move the whole time. So I think at this point I thought, bugger it, I'm going to jump in there and open up on this Hunter. I'm not going to wait. I think I got ready there. You can see I'm still getting into the habit of not using a keybind and clicking on the ability before casting it, which is not good. You can see that the Hunter actually just wasted his trinket first up to break the proc of that Cyclone, which is kind of good because then pretty much after this, he's got no real... Oh, so that was a really nice opener for my Star Surge burst, but unfortunately, as I just went to that hole, Feral Druid popped out and fly his stun on me. And I think I went there for my AoE disorientate. And this is where I attempt to do my running around, and hopefully I can do my morph in time. This is also another key ability. So obviously with my glyphs I talked about earlier, every time I do morph I do get that 5% increase. There's a cooldown timer on how much HP I can regen over a time period, but it's really, really good. So I managed to sneak around. I'm really trying to work on my ability to run and hide behind a pole and heal up. But I really didn't want to sit behind that pole for too long, so I jumped behind there. You saw I dropped a quick heal over time spell. I dropped a heal on myself and I was back into the action because my Star Surge started to regen. At this point, it's pretty much me and Mama Shelma. I think we just went to the team up here. I went for some heals, and then I pretty much popped out of there in kitty form. And then I hit my dash ability, so I could run behind another pole and start healing up. So at this point, I sort of, you know, you want to turn back around. If he's not chasing you, then obviously he's on your ally. So you want to jump in there and help out as much as you can. So we managed to sneak in there, and this is where the druid's doing the pole tactic of his own. So this is a really great little opener I did. I dropped down some mushrooms in the hope that I'd slow him down whilst he was trying to run around and kite us. And I think at one point he jumps over one of the mushrooms there on the corner there, which I'm sure we'll see shortly. It's coming. There we go. So he managed a little jump over there. But you know what? That little mushroom ability around those poles can really help you out. Obviously we're at an advantage if two of us are up, but we managed to keep the pressure on, and it worked out quite well for us. Another team down. Going well with the Druid Chamois combo. Let's jump into some. Alright guys, and this is a very special matchup because this is the last matchup I required before I actually got my star finally with the Druid, and what better way to do it with another Beastmaster Hunter? I swear I wasn't lying about the survival. It really is quite popular, but obviously not as popular as the Beastmaster on the night I started playing this. Okay, so I think here we were talking about which way we're going to go, and I think we locked in the Hunter. Look, the reason why we went to Hunter, now that you think about it, even though it is a fire mage, and I did tell you they're getting quite popular at the moment, is they still have the ability to freeze themselves. And in doing so, you know, of course they're going to have the glyph that allows them to regen life, and of course they can invis as well. They've just got two applications where they can go immune, if have you, their own version of their little bubble. So really, you know, if you weigh that up and you think about how the Hunter works, he has his deterrence, which is only a reduction in ability, and maybe, of course, he can go for the deflection spells if it's glyphed. It's not a complete immunity, so here we opened up really nicely with the Cyclone. A little bit of risky play there. I don't know if you caught that, but if I go Morph and then I throw down a Cyclone, while I was casting that, I wasn't actually in like a balanced form, so I would have been highly effective to be dropped Polymorph right there, and a really good mage would have hit it into there. But while I was talking about that, you could see the damage went up quite severely there on the Hunter, and I think we went for the killing blow about now, and it's about to throw in, and it's just off the Star Surge, but those dogs should take care of him anyway. Good little transfer on the quick morph and movement speed. I managed to run around. I think at this point, I'm trying to really get into the habit, if we're in this sort of position, when my ally's quite healed up and I've got a character that can self-heal, is get into a good position and start healing, because here I stayed here for a little bit longer because obviously I had some time to play. There's the polymorph, which was quite successful on Mama Shelma, but that's fine because we're at full health. So, and here's the mage with his bursting of speeds, which is a pain in the butt. And there you have it, guys. That's exactly what I'm talking about, with his ability to freeze himself like that and basically become immune, his own version of the bubble, whilst regaining life. It's just too much of a, I guess, a valuable ability that you don't want to waste bursting on, because it's just going to be wasting your time when he could be using that burst for a better target. Anyway, guys, without further ado, let's throw it for the final matchup and showcase our new weapon. Alright, guys, so what better match to showcase the weapon with, of course, another Beastmaster Hunter. I swear, it must be Beastmaster night, but the other night was definitely Survival night. So obviously I gave it into the call of Mama Shelma to call this one. You know, there's some options there, obviously. There's the Hunter or the Warrior. You know, you could go to the Warrior. The Warrior is a bit of a pain in the butt, but I'm thinking if it came down to the Warrior and the Shaman, I'm pretty sure Mama Shelma could handle it quite well. Whereas the Hunter has a lot of abilities to sort of kite in. But I think in this match we ended up going for the Warrior. So yeah, there you go. So I can't recall how this one went, but I'm sure I'll talk our way through it. So we're going for the sneak in. Obviously, in this position, Malma's Sharma is quite visible to the enemy, so I'm pretty much waiting for the bait in for the warrior. Coming in for a straight opener. Should be very conscious of freezing traps while doing this. And a really good thing that I did here is as I played the damage and came in, I sort of guided myself to those poles to the right and left there, as you can see. And by hiding behind those, you can actually stop damage from some of the range passes. I kind of stood there in the middle like an idiot, which is kind of dumb now that I think about it. But that's a really good way to open up. Doing those star searches, just coming close to that pole, is really forcing the opponent to move their position as well. So we managed to tear down that warrior quite hard. He should be dead around that pole with those dots. And a beautiful little application of our movement to just get out of the range of that hunter. I think at this point they pretty much gave up, which they did. But man, what a brilliant match. And we've finally got a weapon for the Druid. I hope you enjoyed this week's series of the Druid and the Balance series. And as always, guys, thanks for watching.